Hello, everybody. This is Nick Sal. This is a long delayed video message to you. I had committed to do this a lot more often, but maybe a good excuse is I was just away on honeymoon. I just got back. It was awesome. It was an incredible moment in my life to be able to take a trip like that. And since I work at HubSpot in the customer training, the customer service team, I think about the concept of customer delight and customer service all the time. So while I didn't think a lot about work while I was away on my honeymoon with my wife, I did think a lot about what it's like to be served hand and foot really, really well as a customer of a business. So I think that resort hotels, while some people might slot them into, of course they provide you a lot of great service. Of course an all-inclusive resort and a hotel would provide you with a lot of great service. But it gave me a lot of things that I would think businesses, any business, could take away and do themselves as well, because I felt really great. What I'm showing you on the screen here is I wrote them a review on TripAdvisor, and I don't normally do that. I don't normally take the time to do that. They truly delighted me into being a promoter. And since that's a big part of what we at HubSpot talk about in our inbound methodology is how we delight customers into becoming promoters of our product, service, or brand, I thought it was worth sharing with all of you. So the hotel was called the Excellence Hotel in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. And we did a lot of research on TripAdvisor to see what other promoters were saying about the hotel. I didn't give them even a 5-star review. I felt like I quite honestly gave them a pretty well-rounded review. And I just want to share with you some folks, some ingredients that even got me to write a review in the first place. So lesson number 1 is a promoter is not necessarily somebody who's just a raving fan and is basically like just a total fanatic for your business. I think it's somebody who thought enough about the way that you served them, the way you made them feel, that they decided to share that message with others. When you think of it that way, it's a lot more attainable for all of us to delight people, because we just want to get people to the point that they would share their experience. Hopefully it's mostly positive with others. That's being a promoter. It doesn't mean that I am a total sold out fanatic fan of your business, but I'm willing to promote your business in a positive light. So let's break it down and talk about what were some things that my wife and I experienced on this 1-week vacation to this all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic that helped delight us into be promoters, so that you folks can take this away for your own business, because I believe all of these things, every type of business could take advantage of one way or another. Let's see if you agree. So 5 ways this all-inclusive resort delighted me into a promoter. So the first thing was, delight to me was this concept of welcome home. I had a bit of an adventure getting to the hotel. I actually arrived at the hotel 2 days after my wife. If you know me well and we talk, ask me about it sometime. I'll give you the full story. But either way, I arrived at the resort on Tuesday instead of Sunday, very distraught, rushing to get there if I could. And when I got to the gate, they could tell I was stressed out. I said, my name's not on the list. We're already checked in. I need to get in there. And the guy at the gate just went, hey, gave me a fist pound. Welcome home. And that was their theme as you came in. And as I got up to the front gate of this beautiful, lush, tropical hotel, somebody was waiting there with a glass of champagne, and they said, welcome home. And that was a game changer for me. And that's what I've highlighted here. It's the customer's home, not your home. So often people think of, even in a hotel environment, the people as guests. Well, what if you thought about your customer as literally the owner of your product or service, and you're the guest? How would that kind of change? How would your courtesy change? How would you be more careful about how you operate in your business environment around that customer? So just consider that. Think about when someone becomes a customer, instead of saying, welcome to my business, welcome to my product, welcome to my service, you can say, welcome home. This is your home. Make yourself at home. Because honestly, that has an impact if you really believe it. This place was a do what you want, anytime, and you got courtesy and the respect that guests would offer me if I was the host and they were in my home. So that was kind of a real flip there. Welcome home. Just kind of think about that. Do you make it possible for your customers to make themselves at home, do what they would like, and be completely comfortable and at ease? And you can see from this environment, they certainly did that with the setting, the service at all times. I felt like I was in charge and I could get what I needed. So here's a picture of me putting my feet up here at the bar. I really felt like we owned the place, and that gave me a great feeling. Another thing I realized was about Delight is engaging all of the senses. They engaged our taste buds with a simple glass of champagne when I stepped off of the cab to get into the hotel. That was a big thing, to engage the taste buds. A sense of touch. They had jacuzzi in the room. They gave out free massages by the beach. But even for any business, a simple handshake, a touch on the arm, how can you bring in the sense of touch, that sense in there? A sense of smell. This is a picture here of an incense stick. They had incense waiting in the room. That costs pennies to do, but to give us the ability to engage our sense of smell. And then sound. They had waterfalls going. They had purposely picked out music. And as you know, for me being a DJ, I feel really particular about music. I feel like there's not enough music in this world, especially in the business world, and we all love music. It puts us at ease. It helps us kind of come out of our comfort zone and have fun and connect with each other. So they were really purposeful. Speakers throughout, music throughout. And I'm not just talking about putting on a radio station with commercials or setting something to Pandora and just leaving it. Really thinking about the sound and the music in your customer's environment. That made a big difference to me, and it really stood out. Then the sense of sight. The grounds were cleaned daily. They swept up. Are you leaving certain things in your business, just kind of unsightly things? Maybe you'd take a once over, look around your office, look around your website. Is it visually pleasing? Does it show that somebody was paying attention to the details? Because I'm not an idiot. I could tell that people were paying attention to the details every single day. And when you deal with a lot of customers and they're making themselves at home, they're going to make a mess sometimes, and they might not clean it up. So you want to definitely make sure that you're paying attention to those things. It made a big difference to me. So here's it all coming together. A nice incense stick with the door open. We could hear a waterfall outside, having a sip of our complimentary drinks and champagne as much as we wanted, making ourselves at home. That really came together there. Another thing was Delight is personalization. It's about remembering what the person wanted and what they're all about. So here's a picture of our bar as we came in there. All of our rooms were stocked. Like I said, this was all inclusive, all you can eat and drink. And one thing that was very cool is that the staff knew who I was when I arrived. There's like 600 guests at this hotel, and I'm arriving, very distraught, a little bit late into the trip. Again, for a story I'll leave for another time. But people knew I was coming. They knew who I was. And actually, I was greeted by name on the phone, probably because they have caller ID, but don't we all have caller ID now? Greeting somebody by name on the phone, even looking up a person's contact record, history of communications in the past, remembering that this person has had a history of contact with you, totally put me at ease. They remembered the things that we ordered in room service from previous nights. They said, do you want nachos again tonight or something like that? So that was always awesome. And even I showed this picture of the bar here because we were drinking a lot of champagne. My wife liked a lot of the champagne. So more champagne glasses started to show up every day as they were restocking the bar because they knew that was our preference. So how does your service adjust based on the demands and the usage of your customers? We could tell that was happening, that somebody was paying attention to the details. It was awesome. Jonathan, who was sort of the star of my Delight experience, a member of their staff, remembered my name the next day. I mean, these staff are dealing with dozens and dozens of customers who are coming into their hotel, and he took the time to remember my name instantly. And that happened a lot with people that we got to know. I made a little sub note here. I think also Delight is about giving the customer options, choices, flexibility. There were lots of choices of restaurants, where we could eat, where we could sit, where to swim, the entertainment options, spa treatments, even sports channels to watch at their sports bar area. So when you give the customer a lot of choices, you allow them to kind of personalize and customize as well. Free. I like the idea of something being free. That's very, very powerful. So there were little free things. We got a free welcome photo. We got a free romantic dinner setup. We had a free horse ride on the beach, a free 5-minute massage, free cigars. Now, you might think to yourself, well, we can't afford to give everybody free everything. Well, these were little samples of more premium offers. So think to yourself, if you want to delight your customers, what do you already give them as a service to charge for? And how could you break off a little sample of that and give it to them for free? Free is powerful. There's books and literature on this to prove it. It's something happens when you get something for free. And it was just a little taste, a little bit of that premium offer, which probably would go to waste anyways because not everybody buys. That really was powerful to get a lot of free, extra free premium things along the way. And we actually did upsell and ended up buying more, buying add-on spa treatment and all this other stuff. So also the entertainment department. And this might be a little controversial because most of us feel like we're not in the entertainment business. Our product or service might be boring. I don't think that's an excuse. Hotels, of course, have an entertainment department. At least resorts do. But I think every business should have somebody who, if not everybody, thinking about how are we entertaining our customers? Does any customer not like to have fun? Does any customer not like to enjoy their day, to enjoy their experience? Why not set up some sort of formal or informal entertainment department? The entertainment department is about bringing people together, bringing them out of their comfort zone, and help them to help others get involved. So here's just a picture of their entertainment team on the nights that they would have shows. You can get a sense of that. See, they're having fun. They're working, but they're having fun. Actually, this guy, the head entertainment person, Julio here, would always say, "Remember, my name is Julio, and I love my job." And I thought that was a great thing to say, sort of his little sign-off for every announcement he made. All right, so bring people together, get them out of their comfort zone. People like to have fun, and to talk about getting out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't. If you had asked me at the beginning of the week if I would have done this, I would have said you're crazy. But this was the last night of the at the resort. This is the. That's me, yep. It's the Michael Jackson dancing contest. Not sure what that was. It's my wife cheering me on. But I didn't just volunteer for that. Like, I got to know the entertainment staff, this guy Jonathan especially, who really took care of my wife and I. And he said, we've got this dancing contest. I think it'd be really great if you could do it. I think you'd have a good shot at winning it because we were doing some of the, the dancing throughout the week. So the entertainment staff brought me out of my comfort zone, and I'm really glad I did that. It was fun. It was funny. I did win, actually, by the way. And so it was a great experience. And the entertainment staff helped encourage me to do that, and I'm happy I did it. It was more delightful that I did that. So another point here as we kind of wrap it up here is delight takes sacrifices. So this picture below here is this guy, Jonathan. He's from the Dominican Republic. He's been working on the entertainment staff only for 3 months. But it takes sacrifices. So Jonathan worked really hard to get to his position in the entertainment staff at the Excellence Resort. He spent nights taking English classes. He was trained intensively by the Excellence Resort for 3 months on customer delight, customer service. And I told Jonathan that I was a DJ, and I loved the music, the sounds I was hearing throughout the hotel, the music he used during the entertainment segments. And I wondered if I could get a copy of some of this awesome, salsa, merengue, reggaeton music. And he went out and got me an MP3 CD with 150 tracks on it. His management team comped him that time and the CD based on my request, and that was awesome. And I know that took him some time because he works super long hours to make that CD for me. They put in some time and energy to make it, and I loved that. So we really enjoyed working with the entertainment team and them going out of their ways for us. And also, they really take a look at the TripAdvisor reviews, and Jonathan's one of the most recommended staff member there. This is the guy photobombing us in the back, right on. This guy's a waiter, he's coming in having a good time. Everybody's kind of wired and geared to have a good time. Let's have some fun. And I don't think that's something that you have to reserve for once a year when you go on some special vacation. Why do people pay so much for these vacations? Why do we look so forward to these vacations? Because they're where we have fun. It's where we get delighted. And that's really a shame that that's the only time that we really feel like we can look forward to that, and the rest of the business world is something we have to escape from. But Jonathan really thinks he has a future in that entertainment. That's why I stand behind this guy, because he went out of his way for us. So my wife and I really had a blast working with him. So Delight is a team effort. It was very clear that Delight was well managed at this hotel. They really worked hard at it. As if you got up early in the morning, you could see that there were team meetings in the restaurant, at the bar, in the front desk. People were getting together, talking about the priorities and the guests and the challenges that needed to be dealt with that day, and they set things up. It was very, very well managed. But you didn't feel like there were managers hovering around. It was just that you could tell that they were very well trained. The one story is when my wife and I got up from a dinner just because we were so full and we didn't stay for dessert. And they stopped us right away and they said, how come you didn't stay for dessert? I said, we just wanted to go, maybe just take a walk or something. And they said, well, we have, baked Alaska. You sure you don't want to stay? I mean, and again, this is all inclusive. There's no profit motive for them to do that. But they just wanted to make sure that we weren't unhappy with anything and that they could learn a little something from that behavior. So again, just very impressed with the staff of the Excellence Hotel. So in conclusion, let me just blow this up here a little bit, because I think this was big. If you kind of put it all together, why I thought that how I became a promoter of this business and wrote my review here on TripAdvisor. How did I actually come to write this review? And it's not a short one either. Would be because there was immersion. They got me totally in. Welcome home, engage all my senses. So that got my engagement. They got me immersed in the environment of being their customer, and that got me engaged. Then they made sure I had fun. When you make people have fun, they lower their guard. They come towards you. They smile. Things just open up. And that gave me respect. A business that could do those things up to that point, I started to respect what they were doing, respecting how they were operating, because I respect people who let me have fun, get me engaged, and get my attention. Then that gave me trust. I could trust them and let myself out of my comfort zone, be my real self, show my real needs and desires of what I wanted to get out of that experience. And that allowed me then to escape from those other experiences that maybe were stressing me out, the reason I needed a vacation in the first place. We worked very hard at our job in HubSpot, so I was able to kind of escape from, this was the first time in like 2 years, folks, I had never checked email, never had my cell phone service activated. I mean, I really was able to escape and into this customer experience, and that gave me true freedom to enjoy myself, freedom to be with my wife, to be in that experience. And that, of course, gave me gratitude, because I am grateful to be able to be totally free, to be in the moment, to be happy. So that's why I wrote the review. So I hope that's helpful to you all. I thought about this a lot because I think delight is one of these things that's hard to do. It feels kind of fluffy and soft, but it's real. It's very possible. And we don't have to be an all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic to do this. So I hope this was helpful to you. I had a great time. I do actually recommend that if you're thinking about taking a nice trip or a honeymoon or an anniversary trip, you do check out the Excellence Resort. But let me know what you think if these points actually apply to you. If you think that these are some key things for delight, or if there's some other things that you might want to add. All right. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.